Hello everyone, so welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will show you how I sew this transform the long sleeve that I bought. That was 2 years ago into this beautiful puff dress. I also made one for my daughter, so if you're interested, please keep on watching. I cut the sleeves first as I want to measure the front and back bodies. Here I draw a horizontal line for my chest width, but I added 3 cm more as allowance, 6 cm line down, and from that I draw another line which is 9 cm. Then connecting these two lines is shown in the video. So here is a summary of my measurements. From this point, I made a vertical line and measured down the length of the dress, and I also made the bottom a bit wider. To make the cutting faster, cut first the half side, then you can fold the cloth into two and cut. This part here, I folded it into 2 times and make sure to have enough space for elastic. And do the same for the back, secure with pins, and then sew. For the puff sleeve, I trimmed a little here because it's kind of pointy and measured 15 inches and then cut. I removed this part, lay it flat, and cut the other sleeve. So if it's too crumpled, you can iron the cloth. And here, I did the overlocking to prevent the edges from fraying. So if you have a serger, it's better, but if you don't have, then you can use a zigzag stitch. Then I folded it once, like 1 centimeter, because later we're gonna put the elastic. So just secure this and then sew. Make sure that there's enough room for the elastic. At the bottom part of the sleeve, I folded it into 2, secured with pins, and sew. For the elastic length, I measured around from my shoulder down to my chest, so mine is 15 inches all in all. So I cut it and then put it inside the hole. Then for the elastic that I'm gonna put at the bottom part of the sleeve, I measured the circumference of my upper arm, and that is 10.5 inches. So I then measured 1.5 inches from there, then mark, pin the elastic, and then sew it. So here it is. We have a ruffled puff sleeve. We then have to attach the sleeves to the dress by pinning them together, like right side of the front dress against the right side of the sleeve. So secure it with pins and then sew. Since I made an allowance on the chest width, I will put an elastic. I cut my elastic 1/12 inches for the back side and 2 times 6 inches for the front. Place them inside and secure all the edges or the corners. I don't know how you call this thing. It's to close the opening. So if you know this kind of thing, please comment down below. I put this because it's a bit ugly to look at since I place elastic in the front. So it's really for closing it well. Then here I remove the pocket because I don't think I need it. And then also don't forget to wear the dress and then adjust if there are adjustments needed. Mine, I put 4 darts all in all, 2 at the front and 2 at the back. I wore the dress again to know how long or how short I want the dress to be. So just cut. Then to avoid fraying of the dress, use a serger or a zigzag stitch to overlock the edges. So mine, I used my serger and it looks seamless, it looks professional. And then I just folded the bottom like an inch and sew. Almost done. And for the back side, it looks bulky and big, so I changed my mind. I placed my thread with elastic. I measured like 1 inch apart, so I made 3 lines of this to have gatherings and then marking it, and 1 inch apart, so something like this, and then just sew them together. Here is the result. It's not bulky anymore. So time to fit. Next project is this cute top. These are the rest of the cloth. Remove all the buttons, make use on the remaining scraps. To be honest, I really have difficulty in doing this top as I have limited piece of cloth to use. So I took an old top that she isn't wearing anymore. I use almost the whole top. The goal is to come up with a rectangle size, so I sewed together whatever I had to come up with this. For the back measurements, here is what I did. I did the summary of my measurements, and I also put an allowance of 0.5 inch on every side. I also cut these 2 pieces of cloth 2 inches by 13 inches as my accent color and pin them together and sew. The second rectangle is the front side. Here are the measurements that I did, and I also used the red cloth as my lining. I was not able to record the sewing because my camera holder got broken. For the gathering, I cut 5 pieces of elastic and I sewed the first elastic at the chest part with 1 inch distance from the edge. For the second elastic, I measured 7 inches from the chest portion and sewed it there And for the third, the fourth, and the fifth, I made 1 inch apart. So here it is. Sew this together with your sewing machine. For the sleeves, we have to cut 2 rectangles. I'm gonna put the measurements here. It looks kind of messy here because you know all the scraps that you sewed together just to have these rectangles. So this hole is for the elastic. I cut 4 pieces of elastic with 9 inches each. So something like this, and we just have to secure the edges or the corners. Then the final stage is to attach the sleeves to the top. So something like this. So we're done with the 2 projects. Hope you like this video, and please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. See you soon.